We got Tim Knight on the line, and I want to hear what you have to say, Tim, about TSM, who reported earnings, posted good numbers, but the stock's still down.
Nothing. I have nothing to say. I haven't even looked at the chart. I mean, as much as I'm into semiconductors, it's just not something I follow them. It's kind of a mild chart, which I guess for serious options traders such as yourselves makes it pretty appealing. But yeah, it's. I honestly have nothing to say about TSM. It's too mellow a fellow for my liking.
That's fair. That's fair.
I got a lot of other semis I could show you, but that one I'm just drawing a blank.
It's all good. Yeah, I think
interesting. Seems like it would be one up your alley, especially now.
Well, no, I mean like Amazon. Amazon's one of the biggest companies on the planet, heavily traded. I never touch it. It just doesn't ring my bell. It's just I'm after different kind of look. Same with Microsoft. Same with Apple. Yeah, these steady Freddies, I just don't get drawn into them. I mean, if I was going to paint one theme for today, it would be short, medium term. Gee, maybe we should take some profits from those shorts. But longer term, there might be an important break coming that we should just sit on our hands about that. And I'll show you what I mean if we can thumb through some of these charts. Let's just kind of bang through these. With the diamonds, we still haven't broken it yet. Diamond, speaking of steady Freddy, is just sailing higher since March 30. It's one of the few green items right now in the ETF world. I'm short it with a tight stop, and really it's not based on anything except the hope that we break that uptrend. But like I say, a very tight stop based on that horizontal. IWM is teasing us a bit. It opened below the trend line, but it's rallying, and it's actually up about 0.2% now. It's above its trend line again, but so that no follow through on that one. In emerging markets, we've been falling for weeks on this, and I think South Korea is an important element of that. You know, we look at EWY, which of course is very dependent upon memory and semiconductors. EWY has stumbled from June 13 from like the 220-ish area down to, we're down in the 160s now. And you look at a leveraged item like KORU, it's lost like 2/3 of its value or more. It's really been a wipeout. A real favorite from my point of view, it continues to be China, FXI. I find this to be a very interesting chart. It's been rallying for the past couple of weeks, but we've got this just Himalayan mountain range of overhead supply here. And this has been kind of a, the narrative behind this is, hey, China's got the same tech US does, but at much better prices. They'll be the winner. So there's been a rush over there. Plus, from a charting standpoint, we fell very quickly, and it was so easy to cut through all that selling. But the easy part's over because you're beneath this this giant blob here. So I just gobbled up a bunch of September 18 FXI $36 puts. And we will see how that goes. But I really like the look of FXI, which is having a good day. It's up about 1%. Some individual items in China that I like also continue to be Baidu, BIDU, which is up about 3%. Apple is working with, I think, Baidu and Alibaba for their AI needs, but they have not closed their price gap. And here's Alibaba here, which is also up a little bit, but it hasn't violated its horizontal either. SpaceX is trying its best to not sink below its 135 IPO level. We're getting a lot of press about that. It may just kind of reach equilibrium here for a while until we finally get our earnings in a couple of weeks. And of course, that first lockup release on August 11. And the cubes have this cute little kind of pennant pattern they're in right now. Hasn't broken that either. I guess earnings might help decide which way this breaks, up or down. We'll start to get a critical mass of earnings next week, and we get away from this big bank stuff. But just kind of at warp speed here, just to bang through, you're talking about TSM just now. Here's some other semi/tech ones. And this really goes back to my theme of I'm sort of nervously looking at my positions here saying, maybe I should take some profits here and there, because a lot of the stuff has gone down a lot So here we have Applied Materials, which is fighting back. We're up almost 1% on this. Here's CRDO, a favorite of mine. This is down about 3.5%. Nokia, also a favorite, down over 5% today, but you kind of see what I mean here. It's just nice little topping pattern, then down, 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 down. Sort of like, well, geez, how far is it going to go? Long term, and by long term, I mean like in a month, I think it'd be a lot lower. But, I'm just kind of bracing myself for some kind of bounce. Here's another example, ST Microelectronics, down again. These are all down like 5 and 6% a day, in spite of bounces along the way. AXTI, a big favorite, down again. This one's often down 8, 9, 10% on a daily basis. Sienna, also down about 4%, having violated this latest support level. Lumentum, LITE. Here's a good example of one where I'm sort of like, maybe I should take some money off the table here, because yes, we're down 2%, but it's been beaten down low, and I could easily see it doing a counter turn rally there. MRVL, another great example. This is down very persistently, but it's gotta fight back at some point. Micron, huge one here, 3% negative. Once again, could we rally? And if we do, I think that trend line will be sort of beckoning the price back to its underbelly. A couple more tech examples here. Seagate, down almost 5%. Cute little hammer there. This is one I probably just cover the whole thing. I might regret it, but some of these, it's just they have to bounce at some point. And WDC, same idea. Yes, it's down 4%, but it's very stretched to the downside. Might be taking some of that off the table. Caterpillar, I've got puts on this. Same idea. We're down at a level of support, I think. It has a nice tumble. This has been part of the whole AI drag down, but that may be done for the moment. But here's the real key, and this is really just kind of puts a bow on the whole thing. SMH, we're at a very important support level. So on the one hand, the bullish, or at least not so bearish argument would be, we're back down to the lowest we've been over a couple of months. It could very easily bounce on anything at this point. But that support could break. And if it does break, we do have a pretty well-formed topping pattern right here. Not a terrible head and shoulders top right there. Should it break that level, you would really get some selling, and I would be screaming at myself for any covers I had done. So it's tough. Maybe I'll just cover half here and there, but that's a very important support level. And we could see that breached before the week's out, possibly, or we could stay range bound as we've been for the past couple of months. And that's reflected also with the NQ. And I'll just close with this one here. I mean, you can just zoom in here. You can see that green level there. That's just made of 3 inches of steel. That's been really tough for weeks here. We tagged it again this morning. It's going to take something special to bust through that. As it has been now, this has been just a ping pong rally.
I mean, a lot of those names you mentioned, STX, I think of SMH, I look at DRAM. Some of them are down 4 weeks in a row. So you make an interesting point. Like at some point, they're probably due bounce. You wonder when it's coming. But 4 weeks in a row, selling and many of those.
Yeah, and it's kind of in a class of its own because, like the diamonds. And I mean, just hours ago, the ES was like pushing above resistance. The diamonds, the spiders, they're not looking weak. So the big question is, do they sort of finally succumb and look down at their tech brethren and be like, I think I better catch down? Or will the techs be like, hey, we're cheap, and rally to meet them? There's a real split. We talk about the K-shaped economy. We've got kind of a K-shaped stock market right now.
Yeah, I think especially when you look at when we visited this a week and a half ago, where the Mag 7 was just totally down on its butt relative to the chip names, and you've seen that completely reverse with a bid in Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and to your point, we've got E-minis up trying to catch a bid here to turn this red into green. But yeah, big divergence and lots of activity. But to your point, I think NASDAQ is the one to watch with so many tech stocks reporting earnings over the next week or so. But Tim, appreciate your time. We'll catch you a little bit later.
See ya. Bye-bye, guys.
Adios.